Hey, my dark and lovely souls. My name is Lenny Graves, and I'm two-thirds mortal and one-third God, and I am here to channel your guardian demon because you have a reading. There's something you need to know. Your guardian demon wants you to know something today. Now, if you're unfamiliar with guardian demon reading, how this works is you have a guardian angel, and most people are pretty familiar with those. And they are a agent of fate, if you will, the guardian angel. They kind of want you on a path that fate, the demiurge, the archons, whatever you want to call them, have dictated for you. Your guardian demon's not that way. Your guardian demon comes from the primordial chaos, the first flame, and he really kind of wants you, or she, wants you to have kind of the life that you want. It doesn't matter what the universe wants. They're more interested in you. They're more selfish entities, but sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Sometimes you need to be. So your guardian demon is going to, through my cards, reveal in the next couple of weeks, this is how I do this, there's going to be an opportunity for you. Something's going to happen to you in your life. Fate kind of wants you to go one way with it, right? We don't want to do that. We want to go another way because there's a way that'll lead us somewhere else. And I'm going to pull a few cards and we're going to see what's up, okay? So first I'm going to take my cards and I'm just going to do one quick shuffle like this. And then one quick kind of, whatever this little shuffle. I'm going to blow on it. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to kiss it. And then I'm going to take the guardian demon to these eyes, these hands, this throat, this heart, so that we can interpret what he needs to tell us. And the first card I have is the Four of Wands. I'm going to pull three cards. We're going to make a little story. The Four of Swords. And then last but not least, the Magician. My dark and lovely souls, in the next couple of weeks, your home is going to become a peaceful place. And when it does, you're going to have the opportunity to kind of be at rest. That's the best way I know how to put that. So your home has this peace maybe you've been looking for, or the financial worries lifted, somebody comes back. Something gives you this really sense of peace and rest, right? Like you found, you guys ever play the game of life? Remember that board game with the people who stick in the car and you go around, you get different jobs and stuff like that? And then you win the game of life at the end. There's that little big house. That's how you win, or otherwise, I don't remember what happens if you lose a game of life. You just die. I don't know what happened. It's been a long time. But no, when you get to the little mansion, you win, right? And then you're set up. You're kind of, maybe not a mansion per se, but you're kind of getting the energy that you have this really kind of nice little home life, right? And that's cool. That's really cool. And that's something that, is not a bad thing at all. But your guardian demon would like to tell you that you're a magician or a witch, right? And you have a magical path and you have a calling, and it's important to you. You might not even know that. Wouldn't that be a cool revelation today if you were just flipping through and you found me? But yeah, you're a magical person. And this is, I think, a warning from your guardian demon. I'm pull two more cards. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles, that's amazing. And then I'm going to pull actually one more, and just death. That's really cool. That's kind of magical. It's kind of magical. That's kind of what I do. But this is in particular. So my dark and lovely soul. Are you familiar? If you're familiar with the Odyssey, with Achilles? Achilles, when he goes to fight in the Trojan War, before he goes, his mother is magical and she can see the future. And she tells him he has a choice. He can go and he can have a simple life, where he has children and grandchildren, stuff like that. And he lives a long time, people love him, and stuff like that, but eventually his name is forgotten. Or he can go and he'll probably get killed and die young and stuff like that, but he will have a glorious life and people will remember his name for the ages, which we still do. Obviously, he chose the second one. It's not so dramatic as that, but you're being presented with a choice from the universe. It's not even a choice, it's a trick. The universe, for lack of a better term, the gods, the archons, the demiurge, whatever you want to call it, they want you to settle. Mm-hmm. They want you to kind of just fall into your home, quiet hearth energy, and it's quite comfortable. It's not unhappy. And I would like to say this is if you chose to go that way, this isn't a bad reading for you either. It's maybe on a cerebral level, but not on an experience level. In fact, it's probably better if you choose just to hang out in your house. I would be reminded of the film The Matrix. Remember when Cypher wanted to take the blue pill again so he could just go back? He didn't care that it was a lie. He just preferred it because it's comfortable, right? Or how most people wouldn't leave the Matrix because they don't want the real world. It sucks. It's more comfortable to pretend, right? It's not really kind of like that, but it's a little bit like that. I hope that kind of strikes it right with you. You can go and pretend and just ignore who you are. And the universe kind of wants you to do that. Kind of wants you to be Betty Crocker or something like that. Happy home. But you're more than that. You have the spirit of a magician or the spirit of a witch. And if you choose to define yourself and not fall at ease through the Queen of Swords, that's like gnosis through adversity, that manifests to the real you, and then death comes and it changes you completely. And I have the Three of Cups followed by the Ace of Swords. So what happens is it's kind of what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. So, and you have more fun with it, and it brings you to new places. One more card, just, in Page of Pentacles, it manifests from those. It's very similar. So, My Dark and Lovely Souls, this is really kind of a cool reading, and it goes along with the reading I had earlier, and the cards are real similar. But, like I said, sometimes the stars get in the air, but this is what your demon wants you to know, is it's easy to become complacent. Now, do you want to not have a happy home and wander the earth like Caine in Kung Fu? That is appealing. But no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Showers and stuff like that are nice. You want your life and you want your house and stuff like that, but don't be complacent in it. You're a magical person. You need to look within and figure out what that is. That's not my place. That's not this reading today. It's not to tell you. Maybe I already know what that is. Maybe you need to know what that is. I don't know. But you don't want to come complacent and become complacent in your happy home and just rest in it. This will never lead you to the path of the magician. You have to push yourself. I would say this is like, I don't know, it's almost like weightlifting or something like that. You have to do it every day, and you have to push yourself. Even if you get to the point like where you're relatively comfortable with who you are and you're all that kind of stuff, if you back up on it, you just get weak. It's the same with the magic. You always have to push yourself, and you should be pushing yourself because you have a soul that responds to it. You're like a sword being forged, and you have a magical soul, and that can shape the world. So, My Dark and Lovely Souls, your message from your guardian demon today is just kind of a warning more than anything. And it's a simple and it's an easy warning, is you're going to be real happy here pretty soon. Happier than you might have ever been. Justice, and you deserve it. But sometimes it's our pain and our sorrow and stuff like that that get us up in the morning and get us to do things, right? That bitterness. You have to shift that mindset, as even though you're complacent and happy in your life, you still have to get up in the morning and do the work that you need to do. Like, let's go back to the weightlifting example, right? Because I'm bro that way. Is like, let's say you got jacked and you finally got Debbie, captain of the foot cheerleading team. I don't know. You know what I mean, right? You got the girl that you were looking for, right? And now, you used to get up in the morning, you used to go to the gym at 5 a.m. You're like bounding out the reps because she's going to know. She's going to know. She did. You got your prize, right? But you still should be lifting weights because, it's just something you should be doing. You should always be trying the best version of yourself. So even though you've kind of gotten your prizes, even though you've got, you're comfortable in life, you're not really done with what you need to be doing. So, don't lose sight of that. And I read for lots of different people. So this is going to apply to different people, different ways, because this is a very broad message and should reach a lot of people. That's the vibe that I get, is it's too easy for us to become complacent. It's too easy for us to get caught in the regular day-to-day of our lives or what's going on in the world and stuff like that, and forget the mystical and magical person that we are. And the universe kind of wants you to do that. It does. The universe kind of just wants you to settle down and just lead like a mortal life, but you don't have to do that. There's a magical one out there, but you really have to push yourself to make that happen. So My Dark and Lovely Soul, I would say this is just like, never stop pushing, right? No matter what happens, you don't stop pushing, because in the pushing, that makes you great. Even when you get the things that you push for, set another goal and keep on pushing, because in that pushing, that just sharpens you more. It just makes you better, and you have a greater destiny than you think you do. That's what your guardian demon wants you to know. Or you could have a greater destiny than what's in play. And like I said, the demons, they like to cause chaos. They like to break order's plans. And before you try to defend order has like some people to win, some people lose and stuff like that. Order kind of wanted you to be on the losing side. Your demon's down there saying, nah, you don't have to do that. You can be a great magician. You can be a great witch. You can be beyond what you think you can be. Right? So sometimes order isn't always our best friend. Now, if it's the person that they've deemed to be amazing and stuff, then order's awesome, right? But not always. So think of it that way. But yeah, you need to not rest when you get comfortable. Okay? A lot of people do. This is just good life advice anyways. We get comfortable in life and then we get soft. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing physically, mentally, spiritually, all that kind of good stuff, because you will unlock parts of yourself that I don't even think you're aware of yet. My dark and lovely souls, my name is Lenny Graves. You can find me at TikTok and YouTube at The Lenny Graves. And you can find me at Dysfunctional Enlightenment on Facebook and Instagram, because I like to be difficult. If you like the way that I read cards, and I hope that you do, and your guardian demon hopes that you do too, you can always get a personal reading from me at thelennygraves.com. And you can also sell, I lost my train of thought, my dark and lovely souls. I also sell spells and books and stuff like that. In fact, I just released the Gospel of the Bound Star, which is all about demons. You might dig it. But yeah, my dark and lovely soul, don't rest when you get comfortable. Now, the good news about this reading too is you're going to be really comfortable in your house, and you're going to be like just kind of chilling out there in the future. So when that happens, though, remember, sometimes you just got to keep on pushing, even though there's not a real need or burning desire to. It's just something we need to do, because if you rest, I don't think you'll be as great as you could have been. So remember that, my dark and lovely souls. You're amazing. So go to be amazing. I'm going to go like this. Have the best night.